their role is merely ceremonial. They do not in any way involve. But there is a point I'm trying to make here, that at that juncture of enacting, it must be seen to be a process by the people.
All right,
and I do not doubt the people's capabilities of drafting a bill.
Move on, Council.
Yes. So my Lord, then, it is not in doubt that a popular initiative can only be enacted by the people, proposed to IEBC by the people, and approved finally at the referendum by the people.
Mr. Mutuma, I think you need to get that sequence right. According to you, the sequence is enactment, followed by proposal, followed by?
By approval. And approval is in 3 stages. At the county assemblies, there is a threshold. At the National Assembly, at the Senate, then finally at the ballot by the people. Those are the instances.
Isn't enacted really an all-encompassing term that refers to that entire process, from the moment there was a proposal, preparation of a bill, approval, so that in the end, when it's done, you can say it has been enacted. But if you say that you begin with enactment, then a proposal, what form does enactment take?
According to the definition of an enactment, again, I'll go back to the Black's Law Dictionary, the same definition, is to make law, to pass law.
Exactly, and
yes.
it is not enacted until it has come into being. But in your sequencing, you say it is enactment followed by proposal and approval, and that is getting me a bit confused.
A proper reading, my Lord, of Article 255 talks about those 2 processes: enactment and then approval. So it cannot then be that enactment is the final product when the Constitution talks about enactment by Parliament and approval by way of a referendum. So there is a distinction right from 255 that you enact, then you send that which you have enacted for approval by way of a referendum.
But if it is in accordance with 256, and 256 talks of a bill, are you saying surely the legislature is not the one that is going to formulate this bill?
My Lord,
because 255 says in accordance with 256. And 256 says a bill to amend this constitution may be introduced in either house of parliament.
Yes, under 256, my Lord, Parliament has the right to enact.
No, I'm saying
yes.
255 reads, a proposed amendment to this constitution shall be enacted in accordance with Article 256 or 257. And 256 talks of a bill to amend this constitution may be introduced in either house of parliament.
My understanding, my Lord, of the role of Parliament at 255 3B is that at the end of it all, we will see Parliament either approving, then it becomes the final product, if it does not involve the protected clauses under 255, then they will now enact and approve at that juncture.
All right.
Yes.
Please move on.
Thank you.
Before you move on, now, since your stand is you are faulting the process, and that is why we are all engaged here. Just for, for me to understand, for me to understand you better and move on the same wavelength, in a minute or in a second, according to you, and you are going to explain to us what should have been the correct procedure in line with the definitions that you have given us, just for me to understand so that we move together.
what I was trying to establish, because that was the appellant's case, is that it does not matter where the promoter of the popular initiative gets the proposals from. That was my argument. My argument is that a promoter from nowhere does not become the initiator of a popular initiative merely because they have brought 1 million signatures. So they must be able to establish that the people have been involved fully in that process. And now I am moving to my second and last part. I see I only have 29 minutes. My Lord, then, with that understanding in mind, who then initiated this process? Because we have seen the executive cannot initiate because they have not been given legislative authority. That has not been donated to them. Parliament has also not been given authority to legislate under 257. Theirs has been reserved under 256. Then, where did we get this impugned constitutional amendment from? My Lord, the appellants have come before this court